Good morning. Welcome. Today I'm gonna challenge you to something very special. I'm walking in Sintra. It's roughly 8 a.m. It's July, so a peak season. It's still very quiet over here, and I want to show you how you can walk along all the places that you can visit around Sintra in just one day. It's a big challenge, it's a big hike, so I have my backpack with all my gear, all my stuff, and I want to give you some insights on the how to optimize your time over here, and then you can choose which places you can visit. So this video is really about how to explore Sintra very deeply, and really to share with you all my knowledge about it. So let's move on, let's start. It's still quite early in the morning, as I mentioned, so the majority of the monuments are all closed. But we have some hiking trails that are open, and I'm gonna use that to optimize my walk to get to the top towards Pena Palace at the first slot in the morning. So I'm just walking past Quinta de Regaleira. We will visit this later on today, so we'll be back here and it will be more crowded afterwards. So let's walk through the beauty of the forests of Sintra and to do a very, very unique journey. So I just showed you the City Aish Hotel, and right in front of it we have a trail that goes up to the road to the Pena Palace. Why did I choose this trail? This trail has no opening or closing hours, so it has no gates, and it's slightly better than the one going through the Villa Sassetti, because the Villa Sassetti one has some steep staircases and some narrow spots. I've seen people trying to go up with strollers on that trail. It's totally to avoid. But this one over here, it's not stroller friendly, but it's a little bit better, a little bit smoother. It's a very unknown trail here in the mountain, but it helps to go to the top. So, as you can see, this trail is fairly smooth, has pretty much no steps. There's one or another narrower spot, but it's fairly easy to walk through here, and we'll get almost to the top of the road heading to Pena Palace and Moorish Castle. So I've been walking for around 20 minutes since I left my car, so from the beginning of the trail, not more than 15 minutes, and here we are reaching the road towards the Pena Palace. The only downside now is we need to walk along the road for a little bit, but no steps, no stairs, and fairly smooth to get here. So I'm now at the parking lot right next to the lake's entrance to the Pena Palace. So back there you see that building. I'm just waiting for 9 a.m, just 5 more minutes, and this is how I recommend you to start your visit over here. So if you're hiking from town, you can do what I did. If you're coming from Lisbon or somewhere else, get an Uber right here and start by the lake's entrance. It opens at 9. So the big advantage is there's no lines to enter over here, and you walk through the park. You see the area of the lakes that is beautiful, and then you'll access the top of the palace area to the terraces. I truly recommend just to get the ticket of the Pena Palace Park, so not the full ticket with the timed slots, because this way you'll have access to the park, to the exterior terraces of the palace. You get that picture, and well, you can keep on from your visit going down afterwards to the main entrance. That's what I'm going to do. So it's slightly over 9 a.m. I just entered the lake's entrance, and it feels particularly peaceful over here. The only noise you hear, it's the gardener crew with their equipment. Pretty much no one here, no lines. And remember, we are mid-July, so this is peak season. I've seen van after van going through the road, but all of them go to the main entrance, so here it's particularly quiet. So we are now reaching one of the most special spots here in the park. It's called the Queen's Throne, and it's where you get an amazing view of the palace. So here I am at the top at the Pena Palace. There's a lot of restoration going on, so some scaffolding. You see people lining up over there. It's still the 9:30 slot going in, and well, it's busy, but the park was pretty much empty. Over there you can see the chapel. It's on the top of those stairs. You can see a bit of the Moorish castle over there, and as usual, it's quite windy over here, so my best recommendation is always to bring a jacket. Tendentially it's chilly over here. And well, I have my videos about the Pena Palace that you might have seen, so I'm gonna start heading downwards. There's more to go, more to see. So I already left the Pena Palace. Meanwhile, I found a friend. We were just having a little chat, and let's now walk towards the Moorish castle. So from here it's a 5-minute walk from the entrance. The entrance is just over there. Okay, so you can walk the main road and you'll get to the Moorish castle. It's precisely 10 a.m. and I'm walking already towards the Moorish castle through the main pathway, and then I'm going to walk along the walls and get a few images for you. So here I am inside the walls of the Moorish castle. I'm climbing up, and we'll get you some images of the beautiful views from the top. The Moorish castle is over two of the hills, and you already start to get a view of the panoramic from here. If you just want to see the Pena Palace from a distance, you don't need to go inside the park, because from here you have an amazing view of it. So this is the top of the other hill from the Moorish castle, and as I mentioned to you, if you want to see the Pena Palace from the distance, there is a great place over here to do it. Meanwhile, and since I've started, I came from town, went to the Pena Palace and the park. I'm now on the top of the Moorish castle with almost 6.5 kilometers. So to go down into town, I truly recommend the trail going from the Moorish castle towards the Santa Maria Church. There is the Villa Sassetti trail, as I already mentioned earlier, but that one has some steep stairs and quite narrow spots. This one, it's pretty much a grippy surface. Of course it has stairs, but it's wider and it's much easier to walk down, and you'll end up seeing downtown area of Sintra that most people end up missing, that is near the Santa Maria Church. So over here we have something that a lot of people really don't know about. There's a little house over here with a plaque saying here is where Hans Christian Andersen lived when he came to Portugal on its trip of 1866. I see a lot of people trying to find their way towards the Moorish castle and the palace. They just don't know how steep it is. And well, we have over here one of the beautiful churches quite hidden away from Sintra. it's Santa Maria. So I keep walking down towards the town center. We're going to reach the main road, and we already see a few vehicles going through over there, but still we have some beautiful photo spots, photo opportunities over here that really deserve a stop. We're back to the main roads. There's the traffic as always, but I'm going to show you something else that a lot of people end up missing here in Sintra. I see plenty of rental cars, I see people driving camper vans or RVs. The best recommendations, it's always do not drive into Sintra, because you're gonna get frustrated with the traffic and you're gonna lose plenty of time. But then, just around the corner, we have some hidden gems. Welcome to Parque da Liberdade. If you like to visit gardens and you want a relaxed experience without needing to go into the park of any of the monuments, this is a great pick. So, I'm now at the town center. It's 11 a.m. and this is Sintra National Palace, one of the 3 royal palaces on the municipality of Sintra. This one you take around 40-45 minutes to visit the interior. I'm not going to go inside, but it's fairly easy to get there, and it's very interesting historically for what it has. And it's also possible to have a look at the garden right there on the left. So it's precisely 11 o'clock right now, as you can hear, and this is the little garden from Sintra National Palace. It's free admission, and it's right here in the town center, as you can see. So over here I'm going to do a little break. I'm going to have my snack, but as I mentioned, you can visit Sintra National Palace in around 40-45 minutes. So that's pretty much the time I'm going to stop over here as well, and then I'm going to walk through the town and keep going for the other monuments. It's now 11:45. Made a break, gave the 45 minutes like if would have gone to visit the National Palace. I had a quick snack that I brought with me, and now let me just walk through the town, and I'm heading towards the Biester Palace. I already entered the Biester Palace property. As you can see, it's fairly quiet over here, but I can show you the crowds walking to Regaleira. But let's go for a nice walk through the gardens, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of the property, and then after I'm going to go to Regaleira and you'll notice the difference. This is so relaxing over here. Then you can even bring your snack and stop over here in this beautiful, unique landscape. Over there on the top we have the amazing Moorish castle, where I've been earlier today, and now you see how high I was earlier today. So that is over 500 meters of altitude over there. It's an amazing view over Sintra, but as you've saw, it's still some good exercise to climb up around those walls. Those rocks over there, they are official rock climbing tracks, and once in a while, when I'll do the Villa Sassetti trail just for fun, I find people doing rock climbing over there, and it's another feature that a lot of people don't know, that we have right in the middle of the mountain of Sintra. We are right next to the road, and it's a constant noise of vehicles going up. Very few are really the kind of vehicles that, well, I would like to have around, because this is a very unique place. It's a UNESCO heritage place, and it's all about the blend of the nature with the architecture, with the peaceful and quiet environment that makes it so special. So here we are at the beauty of the Biester Palace. You might already know that this is my preferred spot in Sintra, where I take my guests, and the uniqueness of the architecture, the beauty of it, it's just amazing, and the decoration inside. This is the library and reading room. Just gonna show you quickly what you've been missing. The music room. The very unique living room. And the dining room over there. And guess what? No lines, no people pushing for pictures. So pretty much a very unique and intimate experience to enjoy one of the amazing palaces of Sintra. You can see the Moorish castle over there on the top. Gorgeous view over here. Yeah, we're facing the road right there. But apart of that, it's a very tranquil experience. The chapel over here, it's a masterpiece of art with beautiful stained glass panels and these very unique paintings. On the top of the Biester Palace property, we have one of the most unique viewpoints of Sintra. Welcome to the Discoveries viewpoint. You can see the National Palace over there. Behind this tree, it's Quinta de Regaleira. I already hear the noise over there. I'm going there after, so wish me luck. Then you have the beautiful Biester Palace, of course. But there is a hidden gem right in front. That building with the round tower, that is the Villa Sassetti. So the trail to go up from the town through the Villa Sassetti to the Moorish castle goes that way. And now, if you look at the Moorish castle on the top, you understand how steep that is over there. So it's a nice trail, but it's not easy to walk. And of course, well, we can see the Pena Palace right there on the top, where I was earlier today. So, just left the Biester Palace, and I'm now finally walking to Regaleira. I bought tickets for the 1 p.m. slot. It's now 10 to 1, so hopefully when I'll get there won't be a lot of people waiting to go in. And once again, you can notice the traffic. I see a lot of rental cars over here. Once again, my best advice: do not drive into Sintra. There is no parking. Pretty much at Quinta de Regaleira there is no parking, and you'll get stuck over here. If you have timed tickets, you pretty much will be stuck in traffic and you'll lose your slot. So, after more than 15 minutes waiting, I finally managed to come down the well. Of course, the staff was always asking for people, please move, please move. But, well, we survived. So now, let's go here to the waterfall and have a look. I managed to get out of the tunnels, of the well. A little bit quieter now here outside. But in fact, even that I enjoy this place, and it's really, well, a unique spot. It's not the kind of experience I really want to provide, because I truly believe that, well, a quieter and relaxed experience, it's way more pleasant. Nevertheless, well, the place, it's unique, it's distinct, so I truly understand the appeal of it. Just, well, in my opinion, there's another group coming that way. Just in my opinion, it keeps, well, being very busy. So, and the images that very often are seen online really don't represent the reality we face over here. I see a lot of people over here trying to find their way, following some of the maps, but in fact what I really feel it's that they miss a lot of what the place is all about by not really having a guided experience. This is a place full of history. In fact, it's very, very unique and distinct, but to really understand it, the explanations are needed, the explanations are necessary. Every little corner, every little place has connections with old beliefs, old mythology, religion, mysticism. So there are a lot of different signs, connections to some secret societies, Templars, Masons, all that. So if you really want to understand this place, truly get a guided experience inside. Well, it's time to go back to the car. I can say that I survived Quinta da Regaleira, but I'm just going to show you the amount of crowds going out and still coming in. I already drove a few minutes from where I had my car parked to the entrance of Monserrate, and here I am, the last monument of today, Monserrate Palace and Park, one of my preferred gardens here in Sintra. So a quite impressive thing over here about Monserrate. Most people end up just walking down straight to the palace and they miss up the gardens. The gardens are very unique. Remember, we are in mid-July, so it's July 17 today, 2025, and pretty much there's no one here, very few people in here. It's a very, very relaxed place, and it really makes the point of what Sintra was all about back on the days of the Romanticism. A cool thing over here that I normally show my guests, let me just flip the camera. We have a few cork trees. Well, more than a few in fact, okay? There are plenty of cork trees around Sintra. It's not the greatest place for cork, but it's possible still to see the evolution of a cork tree in here through these rings and the bark right here. And we are reaching the chapel. The chapel is one of those symbols of the Romanticism where things were built on purpose to look old or in ruins. And in fact, it's a really cool blend of the building with the nature. We have over here all of these openings. Let's walk through here. There's a cool photo spot over there. But then we have this tree all blended into the wall. That really gives it a unique feel. Let me go to the other side. It's even cooler from here. And thousands of people that visit Monserrate end up missing this because they just go straight to the palace. They don't come to the park. Look, there's no one here. It's peak season. It's July afternoon, and pretty much I'm the only one on this section of the park. It's just amazing what we can still do in Sintra if we don't follow the hypes of the crowds. Now, let's finally head to the palace. And even going up these stairs, it's quite distinct, it's quite unique, because you get presented with that really wow effect of the architecture. And there it is. After Monserrate Palace and Park visit, it's time to go back to the main road. Well, it's 3:30 right now. I've speeded up things a little bit, but it's very possible to achieve what I've done today, although it's not really for everyone. So I'll give you some conclusions in a few minutes, but well, it's been a quite interesting journey today. So here I am after my adventure in a beautiful place where we can see Monserrate Palace, the Moorish Castle, the Pena Palace, and some quite unique properties around here. And let me tell you about my conclusions. First of all, this was an adventure that I had planned to do already a while ago, but well, didn't have chance to do it. It's not something that I recommend to be done as a tour, because it's quite exhausting. So this is not the kind of tours that I advocate. This is not what I recommend. But a lot of people, well, want to see places and just hit and run, get a picture and move on. So technically it is doable with one or another adjustment here and there to see the 6 major monuments here in Sintra. I'm gonna give you some data. I walked 17.5 kilometers, okay, so technically 11 miles. The total climb was nearly 750 meters, so we are talking about 2,200 feet of ascent. Well, fuel consumption, 4 sandwiches, 2.5 liters of water, and well, I'm quite tired. But this is a proof of concept, and for people to really learn about Sintra, it needs time. People need to take time to check the places. I saw a lot of people totally lost. They were looking at their phones, they were looking at their maps. I gave directions to a few people that really didn't know where to go. They were kind of desperate, searching for things. People driving and parking cars, doesn't matter where, very creatively blocking the traffic here and there. But more than all, what I really want to tell people, it's really, if you really want to learn about Sintra, get someone knowledgeable, get a guided tour, a true guide, not just well, a driver. Get someone that takes you into the places, that explains you about the places, or that knows a lot about the places, because while I was waiting for the well for Regaleira, and this is just an example, a lot of people were kind of asking, but this is a well for what? Or what is the importance of such a well? Why are people lining up over here? Or do we need to go down and going walk up? Are we just going to go there to get a picture? So people go there, they don't have a clue. And this happens in many monuments. People go because someone told them you need to go, but people don't have a clue about what it is. And I see people just following the trends online. And they go there and they pretty much don't know what they're watching. They take the pictures like everybody takes, and they really don't know what they're seeing. So it makes a total difference to get a guided experience. and someone that really wants you to immerse on what it is. I keep saying that Quinta da Regaleira, it's a beautiful place, but it's not the kind of experience I like to provide. It was kind of busy, kind of crowded. Pena Palace, same thing. So I truly support the more intimistic, authentic, unique experience with less people, and that's pretty much what I had at the Biester Palace, as always. What we have in Monserrate, the Moorish castle, it's okay, it's still very, very manageable that way. But in fact, I just see people following trends, and then they come over here totally unprepared. They think that it's just go there, it's all flat, it's easy to walk. I saw people just right now walking down to Monserrate. I don't know if they could make it the way up, because already the way down they were struggling. And this is what's happening with Sintra. People come to Sintra not really assessing what Sintra is and what Sintra has to offer, and what people need to prepare to visit Sintra. So thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions about Sintra, how to move around, what to do, well, I think that you already know that I might have a word to say, because no one else did in the past what I just did today. And it's from my years of knowledge over here that I want to share. And I really want people to come to Sintra and have a great experience, not just the flashy things that, well, people really think that it's the only thing to do over here, but there's a lot more to see, and there are plenty of different ways to enjoy Sintra. So thank you for watching, and well, I'll see you soon in another video.